Hi there, I'm Amy Vaster. I'm the instructor for your CWI 101 class this semester. And I just wanted to touch in today briefly with a video about COVID-19 and how it's going to affect our policies and procedures for this semester. So first of all, one effect is that I will not have on-campus office hours. So as noted in my syllabus and the faculty information tab in Blackboard, I will be available for Zoom office hours. And then email and Blackboard are going to be your best ways to communicate with me and get questions answered. I will be creating a Blackboard discussion board in each of my Blackboard courses where you can ask questions, answer questions that other students have, generally just share information back and forth in that discussion board. So any questions that you have that you think other students might benefit from the answer as well, that would be a great place to post it instead of emailing me where other people won't be able to see it. So just decide for each question whether the discussion board would be a better place to ask it or a private email. So that's one change, and that also affects my availability for questions immediately after class. Usually that's when a lot of students try to get questions answered because I'm right there and it's easy to ask questions. But because of the need for additional cleaning in between classes and needing to avoid any kind of bottleneck of traffic as classes transition, I will generally not be available for classes or for questions immediately after class, unless it's a week where I can release early and make myself available for questions. But generally, you'll want to email me those questions instead of staying after class to ask them. And then, of course, when you do come to campus, make sure you're wearing a face covering of some sort. There are some disposable ones available, but I recommend getting something, getting a few cloth ones that you can rewash and reuse. There are student kits available when you get to campus that have one. And of course, make sure that the whole time you're on campus, you are wearing it appropriately with it covering your nose and mouth. So that's something that I have to make sure is being followed during class, and I don't want to lose a lot of class time with enforcing mask policies. So make sure you're bringing your mask, make sure you're wearing it the whole time you're on campus. If you have worked out with student services to use a face shield instead, that's fine. But again, make sure that you're wearing it the whole time that you're on campus and when you're in class. So when you get to class, a couple of processes that will be in place. I will have a table or a stand next to the door that will have hand sanitizer and sanitizing wipes. Also in your student kit, you'll have your own sanitizing wipes, so you can use those if you would like. But what I'll ask is for when you come in, just like any place where you might have a bottleneck of traffic, watch. And if there's multiple people trying to get into the class at the same time, just, form a line, ensure physical distancing, get hand sanitizer, get a wipe, come in, find your seat, and clean your area, sanitize your area before class starts. And you'll notice when you come in that the tables and chairs will be arranged in a certain way, or there may be sticky notes to designate which seats nobody should sit in. It'll be designed to ensure that there can be more space between students. So when you come in, please move all the way to the far side of the room before you sit down so that people don't have to try to squeeze past you or anything like that, just to help ensure, ensure that we have as much space as possible for everybody to do the moving around that they need to do. So if you've ever been to Disneyland and they tell you to move all the way over before you sit down, that's what I'm going to ask you to do, is to move all the way to the end of the row before you sit down. So those will be our processes in class. At the end of class, you will again sanitize before you leave. And I'll have all of these reminders up on the board as well. But one quick thing I wanted to note is if you get there and you look in the classroom and you just can't do it, I understand, you've been so careful for months, and if you feel like it's just not, you don't feel like you can enter a classroom with that many people and feel like you are safe and comfortable, please feel free to leave the room or leave campus and send me an email, and we will have a conversation about how to move forward. So moving forward might mean we designate a certain place in the classroom where you do feel like you have enough space. Or it might mean you switch to an online only section of CWI 101. I looked today and there were about 70 to 80 seats still available in fully online sections. So that is still an option for you. But it would need to happen this week. So if you already feel like you probably are going to run into that of not feeling comfortable being on campus, then that might be a good call to go ahead and make today before those spots fill up. But if you still are hoping to be able to come to campus, that's great. Come on Tuesday or on Wednesday for the section that you're signed up for, and just see. And if you aren't comfortable, then we'll move from there with different options. And if at any point you need to be absent for a week or a couple weeks because you're self-isolating because of showing symptoms or because of exposure to a positive case of COVID, keep in touch. Communication is key. Make sure that I know that I'm being kept in the loop and know what's going on. And then I can work with you with what your alternative assignments are to make up those attendance and participation points. So any symptoms that you have, of course, right now with allergy season and the smoke in the air and everything, probably all of us have some kind of symptoms that are on the list for COVID symptoms. But you know your own body, I know that I have allergies. So kind of if your symptoms are related to one of those things or if they are something new and different that you need to take more seriously. So monitor those carefully and keep in touch with me. I will always allow you to complete alternate assignments if your absence is related to COVID. I think that is it. Please keep in touch. Let me know what questions and concerns you have. And I look forward to meeting you on Tuesday or Wednesday, whichever class you're signed up for. Have a good week.